Okay, good evening to everybody and Merry Christmas. Okay, my topic for this session will be a random topic. And this random topic falls under the so-called study. Oh, this is a verbal problem on algebra, but the solution of this will be we will be using some knowledge on the so-called study of geometry. That is area of plane figures. Okay, let's proceed. This is a random topic, and this will now be a random topic on algebra. So, for those of you who are taking up your examinations under SAT or CAT, or it could be your board exams maybe, this will be a good example for tonight. Okay, I will call this Christmas appetizer. Okay, let's proceed. A rectangular tabletop's length and width is in the ratio 4:3. It's a verbal problem. If the area of the tabletop is 80 square feet, then what is the perimeter of the tabletop in yards? The figure of this one will be a geometric figure. Obviously, it's a rectangular figure. So we assume that this is the tabletop. So this should be the length. And this is the width. And according to the given problem, the ratio of the length and width is with the value 4/3. Meaning the ratio of length over width is 4/3. Okay. Capital letter L refers to the length and capital letter W refers to the width. The problem states further that the area of the tabletop, this is the tabletop, is rectangular. The area is actually given as 80 square feet. Area, capital letter A, 80 square feet. Feet with the power 2, this is read to as square feet, or if you don't like that one, it will be SQ feet. Square feet meaning a foot times a foot will be square feet. But this should be read as square feet, same as this is square feet. The problem is asking what is the perimeter of the tabletop in yards. Capital letter P will be the perimeter, and the problem is asking what will be the value of this in yards. The problem is not tricky. It is just that the given dimensions originally is in feet, and the problem is asking what will be the perimeter in yards. So it's just a matter of conversion. If we now know the perimeter, we'll just convert that to yards and that will be the answer. But we should know that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. So this is actually the conversion factor on the final answer. Okay, let's bring out the solution of this one. This is a verbal problem, so we will be deriving our equations from the verbal problem itself. We should translate the verbal equivalent to an equation, so we could formulate our equation. That's algebra, right? So this will be the figure. This is the length, this is the width, this is the tabletop. Okay, the condition of the problem is the ratio of length over width is given as 4/3, and the area is 80 square feet. Okay, the problem is asking what will be the perimeter. Okay, the given condition is that we must have to bring out our answer in yards. So there's no problem with that one because I will be using this conversion factor here. Okay, let's try to bring out the solution. For a rectangle, for any rectangular object, if we try to take the total area, it should be the product of the length times the width. Okay? So we bring out that equation. Then we'll try to substitute the given value. The area of the tablecloth is 80. For the meantime, we do not know the width. So we will just simply put capital W here. And for the meantime, we do not know the length. Okay? So we will just place the first equation as 80 is equal to the product of width times length. And we call this equation number 1. That's algebra, right? But from the condition of the problem, the ratio length over width is actually 4/3. So if we try to compute for length in terms of width, we'll just multiply this by W. So the left hand side multiplied by W, this W here will vanish. Left hand side, it will just be simply L. Right hand side, it will be 4/3 times W, or this will be 4/3 times W. We call this equation number 2. Okay? We are now given two linear equations, okay, involving two unknowns. So this is just an easy one now. We formulated the equation already from the given condition in the problem. So solving simultaneously equation number 1 and number 2. I will go back to equation number 1. The left hand side is 80. I will rewrite first L. What is L? L in terms of W using equation number 2 will be 4/3 W. So this is 4/3 W. This is actually L, right? This is 4/3 W times W. So after the substitution of L to be equal to 4/3 W back to equation number 1, this will now be the resulting equation. 80 will be equal to 4/3 W times W. Okay? We'll try to multiply this to eliminate this 3 here. Multiplied by 3. Right? 80 times 3 will be 240, right? And the right hand side multiplied by 3, this 3 here will disappear, right? So the right hand side will just be simply 4W squared. Then I will try to rearrange, okay? I will put this on the left, then I will put this one on the right. So what comes out will be 4W squared equal to 240. And again, we'll try to compute for W squared without the value for here. So we will take the reciprocal of 4, we will multiply this by 4. So the left hand side multiplied by 1/4, this 4 here cancel with this. What remains on the left will just be simply W squared. And for the right hand side, it will be 240 times 1/4, or this should be 240 over 4. So W squared now will be 60. And to compute for W without these 2 here, we must have to eliminate 2. Okay, laws of exponent. Raise both sides to the 1/2. W squared raised to the 1/2. These 2 here cancel with this. What remains on the left will be W. For the right hand side, 60 raised to the 1/2 will just be simply the square root of 60. Okay, so this is now the value of W. Square root of 60, square root of 64 is 8, right? So they should be less than 8. And to compute for L, we'll go back to equation number 2. So they should be 4/3, okay, times the value of W, which is square root of 60. So this is now the value of W, L rather. And if we try to recall the perimeter, for any rectangular object, the total perimeter will be this length here plus this length here. These 2 here are the same. These 2 here are the same. So if we try to simplify, this will be the equation. Perimeter for any rectangular object will be twice the length times twice the width. Okay. So substituting value now, we are following this equation. Perimeter now will be twice. Length is actually 4/3 square root of 60. W will be the square root of 60. Again, we try to simplify by using algebra. Common factor is square root of 60. So this is 2. We bring out the square root of 60, the common factor. What remains to the poor one will just be simply 4/3. The second one will be, the coefficient of this is actually 1/1, or we can write this as 3/3. Anyway, 3/3 is just 1. Right? So I will just, instead of placing this as 1, to add it expeditiously, we'll just place this 3/3, because 3/3 is 1. So this will be 2 the square root of 60. We are adding two fractions with same numerator, so it will be same denominator rather, and it will be the sum of the individual numerators. 4 plus 3 will be 7. So 2 times 7 will be 14. This is over 3. Square root of 3. This is in terms of feet. Okay. The problem is asking what will be the perimeter in yards. So we will have to convert this feet here to yards. Times 1 yard per 3 feet. So this feet here cancel with this. Okay. And if we try to use our calculator, okay, 2 times 7 will be 14, okay, and 3 times 3 will be 9. So the answer will be 14/9. Okay, we will multiply that by square root of 60 times open quantity 60 square root closed quantity equals. The answer is 12.05. The answer here is 12.05 yards. Okay, that's it, guys. I think this will be a good illustrative example for this Christmas. Okay, so this involves a verbal problem in algebra, and at least we polish our knowledge on the so-called area of geometric figures. And for the simplification, it's all algebra. So the final answer here is 12.05 yards. Okay, good evening from Los Angeles. Merry Christmas.